Well, hello there, and I'm just curious, have you ever wondered how people are such good drawers? Have you ever wished you could be a good drawer, or do you think you're a pretty good drawer yourself and would like to be better? Um, I would like to show you a glimpse of how you are actually a far better drawer than you think. Your ability to draw is far better than you think, and the people that you think are very good drawers aren't as good as you think. And let me show you here. A little bit of equipment goes a long way when it comes to digital arts. Right here, I'm on a page that shows you drawing tablets, and I happen to have a drawing tablet. Let's see if I can reach the screen with it. Here's my drawing tablet. Here's my pen. Now, if you are drawing with this instead of a mouse, right off the bat, you're going to be infinitely better. There's going to be a line, an outline on the tablet, and that is your screen. Okay, so if you have your little pen down here and you go to here, then you're in the top corner, top right corner of your screen. That is the limit. Now, and so you can navigate your entire screen and you can have a rough idea of where you need to be to find that spot. My point is simply that the right equipment goes a long way. Yeah, $100. You're a better drawer than you think. So here we are. We have ourselves a lovely little surface to draw on. I always like to start off with, we've got our black and a white. And just so I can see better, this is actually transparent right now. This background is nothing. Layers is the first big thing when it comes to being able to draw, when it comes to digital. I'm going to take this white paint. Let's cancel that. It's already ready. Tap the screen, and now I have a white page, but I'm not drawing on that white page. I'm drawing on this layer here. So, all right, switching to the tablet. I'm going to use a pencil. I'm going to switch to black. Right off the bat, boom, you can write with this. There's no way you could do that with a mouse. You just can't do that with a mouse. And we go put the smile on there. Ooh. Boom. But anyways, this is one of the things that people don't realize is you can change what you're doing. And let's just do something quick. And so we're going to go back to this fella again. Not looking like a good picture yet, is it? And that's okay, because this is my point. Let's make this a necklace person in a sweater. But this is the point. Oh yeah, I suppose he needs some hands. Now the point is, it's not that impressive. One more detail. Let's make this person, I don't know, maybe I'll put this on the website. So let's just make it a J. I mean, I got a brand new website with next to nothing on it. So let's ooh. There. All right. I'm going to make another layer, and I'm going to put it under this layer because we want to color this in. I am now drawing underneath these black lines and above the white line. So now, like I said, I'm actually underneath this line. So I've got room to to overlap and make mistakes. So I'm just tracing everything until I box in what I'm working on. So now we fill it in. Boom. We got ourselves a red sweater. Let's go with a yellow. Letter J. So again, we're just going to trace. All right, so that's gone. Let's go for good old solid blue jeans, I guess, as well. Yeah, sure. So here we are doing blue jeans. Boom, we got ourselves some blue pants. Do we want colored socks? Sure we do. Why that color? No one knows. Now, if I were to just touch that, like I said, the black isn't there, so I just colored everything. You can see up here. Now I'm going to Control Z, boom, or Z, and we're back to not dealing with that. And for this one, I could just color it in myself. I don't even need to fill it in. It's a small space. Yeah. There's no sole on the bottom of these shoes. They're just a solid shoe. Boy, this is like a slipper. Grab my little hand here just to slide the picture back to the pencil. And no one's going to look at this and say, that is an artist. But that's okay. Because I think you're going to be surprised at the end. Now, okay, we're going to make, well, going by my skin tone, I like to pretend I have a bit of a tan when I can. So let's just, something a little orange, a little yellow. Yeah, sure, that looks pretty skin tone for Joel. Let's go with that. Finish that. Grab the hand, slide over, grab a pencil, trace that. We fill it in. And let's come up here to the old face. Boy, that's a lot of face. And what a jaw. Boom, we've colored that in. I'm going to stick to my one color at a time. I don't want to bounce around, so I just do one shade at a time. Anyway. Now the nice thing too is you can change colors. I can fully do this and then change the color, and all I have to do is use that paint bucket and change the color to what I want, tap on it, and boom, everything that I'm painting this color will become a different color. Boom. So now let's see. Let's go for the eyes. Sure. Give it a little circle of color. Fill it in. Let's zoom out here and see what we're working with. Okay, one more thing I wanted to do. I'm going to give this person some gums. So I fill it in and you're like, those are funny looking gums. Wrong color. Boop. How pink do we want our gums to be? A little redder. Hey, there we go. That looks a little gummy. Sure. So we paint it. Boom. Change the color. So here we are. That's a lot of gums, but whatever. And it's only on the back. But okay, now you're looking at this going, well, it certainly looks like a drawing. Is it amazing? Well, no, not necessarily, but it's okay. Now check this out too. I make the black lines go away, and that's what I've got. But the black lines are overlapping it, which really cleans it up nicely. I'm going to make a couple more layers. This is where the magic starts to happen. We are underneath the lines. Yep. And this one, I'm going to use black. And the other one, I'm going to use white. This is where things start to get interesting. Okay, let's imagine, first off, all right, the sun's over here. Pinocchio's sun. And that sun's up there. The point is nothing to do with the sun. I'm just saying that the sunlight's coming this way. Okay, so now, having said that, we're going to go to this layer. Sunlight's coming this way, so the shadow is behind. So let's zoom in and do a little bit of shade. Now I'm going to do this backwards to how I normally do it, because it'll help make my point. It's going to look ugly at first. Okay, we're just going to do some of this. Because it can be quite the neat transformation. And actually, I don't want to. The palm is facing down, so it looks to me like. Well, heck, a lot of dark fingers. Now, okay, so let's zoom out and see what we have here. It's starting to look a little 3D. And I can see how in the beginning I wasn't doing as thick of a line down the sides here. We're going to the next layer, and we're going to switch to white. Okay, and it's pretty simple. We're going to do something similar on the other side. Now, a neat thing to remember, I'm not on the same level as anything else. I can just run my eraser all over the place. I'm only going to hit the layer I'm on, and that is on the white layer. Now, the sun, of course, isn't actually there. It's higher, so the sun's hitting the top. We go to the white layer, and let's make this transparent. Hey, you can move it around. And as you do, you can see how it changes the look. We want a little bit of sunlight. We don't want too much. The dark layer, same thing. Whoa, how about that? Looking pretty good. They've got layers of depth. Now that's starting to look pretty good. And that was pretty simple. Yeah. So you can start real simple. The magic I find is when you add light and shadow. Oh, that shows us that we need to fill in the white for the teeth and the eyes. A great way to tell that you're doing this right. Take a background that you haven't used much anyway. Let's go for a dark green. Why not? And background. Boom. Everything's green. We got green eyes now. Look at that. We come back to the coloring layer, switch it to white. Now we can tell if we're doing it right. So now I fill it in. Boom. But there we are. Not that hard. It's really just adding some shadow. That's all I want to show you. It's not that hard to draw. It's just a bit of patience. And yeah, I mean, I could have just done a pet rock. That would have been quick. Nice big circle, throw some eyes on it. You wouldn't even know the shape other than it being a round blob until I added the shadow, and suddenly you'd see the sides, what's hitting the sun, what isn't. Right there, it almost becomes three-dimensional. You can make something very simple come to life. That's my example of why. Anyone can draw. You just need the right tools. You can do this with a mouse. It just takes a little longer, but it's still certainly doable. Drawing programs. There are some programs you can get for free out there. Let's see. I think I've got one right here. This one, Inkscape. This one, we're just going to do a quick save. So there we are. I can put that in the website. And yeah, thank you so much for checking this out. If you watched it all the way through, I am impressed. Like and subscribe. I would love to have your company again. Give me some feedback if you want to. Love to hear what you have to say about it. If you've done any drawing, or if you've ever thought about it, or if you just liked what you saw today. You know, I'd love to hear from you. So have yourself a great day. And I'll see you the next one.